Hey guys, so today I'm reviewing Beyond the Gates Season 1, Episode 79, and this episode was okay. I mean, it was a little slow start to the week, I guess, but let's just get right into it. So this one starts off with Martin. I guess he's at the country club in like this locker room or whatever, and he runs into the busboy. And the busboy basically blackmails him. He says that he wants $100,000, and Martin says done. And he's like, "Well, not so fast because I want it. I want payments all the time, and you're not gonna get rid of me, and this and that and the third." So then Vernon and Bill end up having a conversation, and Vernon basically asks Bill why he ain't clean up the situation, and basically he's asking Bill that if he's with it or not, and Bill says he's not with it no more because he's not with them, and then Vernon's basically like, don't forget that my connections got you where you were, and it'll be crazy that this situation goes public, that I really expose who's really behind it, and this and that and the third, and has Bill rethinking everything. So then that's when Martin comes to see Vernon and tells Vernon what happened, and Vernon basically tells him that that you keep it cool and be patient, and then that's when we're going for the attack. So then, Kat and Jacob are talking, and Kat asks Jacob about the DNA results, and that's when Leslie pops up and interrupts them, and she basically tries to say that they should be on the same team and they should work together to find out who ran Laura off the road, which we all know was Leslie, duh, but obviously they don't go for it, and she's like, "Well, you'll be hearing from my lawyer soon," and she insinuates that it's Bill. So then, when she leaves, Kat basically, Jacob says that the DNA results came back 99.7%, and Kat starts celebrating. He's like, "Well, let's not celebrate because that still doesn't prove that she. It proves that she wore it at some time, but it doesn't prove that she wore it that same night that it ran Laura off the road." And Kat's obviously getting frustrated. So then, Eva is trying to replace Kat's position at Ted's firm, and she starts getting irritated, and she storms off and starts crying. Nicole sees her in the hallway crying, and basically, she reiterates that she was amazing when she worked for Nicole, which makes her feel better, and she goes back in with confidence, saying that she's ready to, learn everything Kat did and do it 10 times better. So then Danny is at the crib, and she's over here having hallucinations about Bill. And she says his name, and that's when Pamela comes in, and she basically Pamela tries to convince Danny to forget about Bill, but then Danny's like, ever since Bill had the stroke, she starts thinking about the good old times, and then Pamela's basically like, even with Haley by her side, she was like, oh yeah, that, whatever, and then basically, Pamela gets Danny to sign some papers, and she leaves. And Danny keeps reminiscing about Bill, and she calls Bill. It goes to voicemail, and it says he's unavailable, and she says, "Not for long." So that was the end of this episode. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 80.